Welcome to the King's Medieval Fair. I'm Pickle the Satyr and I'm your host. We're gonna have so much fun this summer. Imagine your story. My name is Lillian. Girls can be warriors at the medieval fair. And I wish go to the medieval fair.
Imagine your story. Hello, my name is John Eppler. I am the director of Tattershall Tulsa, an affiliate of the Tattershall School of Defense. Some example of how teaching of these weapons was done. There was a type of book often noble families owned that was called a house book or a commonplace book. It'd be full of recipes, medical treatment, fighting advice. And there's a section attributed to Hans Dobringer, a German fight master, in MS 3227. He describes what we now call the Dobringer flourish. It's a solo drill that encompasses much of the movement of his system. It goes from guard to guard, striking and thrusting from various guards in the system. Fighter begins in Vom Tak. They strike a blow to the guard called the Alber. They turn a crooked cut into barrier guard, crooked cut into barrier guard. Use the false edge of the sword to cut to the plow. From here they thrust. Plow on the opposite side. They raise to Vom Tak in the high line. Push a thrust. From here they turn what's called a faire cow, and then a second faire cow. It runs through most of the master blows of the system. It can be used eventually as a part of a paired drill to teach offense and defense. All the actions I made going forward can be done going backwards. It can be done very fluidly, but it serves the same purpose that a kata would in like modern traditional Asian martial arts. Renee goes on guard in third. Now, if I want to kill Renee, one thing I don't want to do is just try to get over here and stab her, because she's going to defend herself and she's going to hit me. What I want to do is control her blade. So I'm going to attempt to gain the line. I have the middle of my blade against her weak. If I make an attack at this point here, what I have is as I lunge is her blade is locked out. If she extends her blade straight forward, I am in no jeopardy at this point. So what I'm looking to do is attack in opposition. That's what's called an attack in opposition. I'll do this on the other side so it'll be a little easier to see. I make the same kind of gain and I thrust. Now, she doesn't want this to happen. So what she's going to do is I take her blade in guard and I oppose, is she is going to simply thrust into my attack in opposition, and second, as I make my attack, she doesn't even have to move. I lunge, she channels my blade away, I run into her point. The side sword's a very arrogant weapon. It's got a lot of energy, it's got a lot of anger. The rapier is cold-blooded murder. It's a battle of nerves. It shouldn't be... A good rapier fight will have very few attacks and very few defenses. It'll be over very quickly if it's properly done. Somebody will either succeed in their attack or they will attack and be successfully defended against, and they'll get a yard of steel put through them. As we progress looking at weapons, the arming sword had about a 32 to 34 inch blade on average, sometimes a bit shorter. Many side swords had a 34 to 38 inch blade. Eventually the rapier, what we think of as the rapier, evolves. This weapon has a 43 inch blade, it's very narrow. It is capable of cutting, but most of the cuts with it are aimed at the face, the hands, the lead leg. I don't count on a blow to the body with this edge to harm my opponent. Bucklers are still occasionally used with it, but they are far less efficient. For the rapier, the dagger is probably the best parrying device that can be used. It relies on reach, point control, controlling the opponent's blade and channeling it away from the attack, not necessarily setting it aside as we did with the long sword, the side sword, the arming sword. This relies on a lot of actions we would call stessa tempo or single tempo. They're done to interrupt the attack. Come see us at King's Medieval Fair.
I'm Pickle the Sayer, and I'll see you next time.